Hello friends, welcome. Let us start a very important chapter of our environmental studies. The chapter name is Environmental Changes. Now we have learnt previously about the different spheres which surround the earth. We know about the atmosphere, like the air that envelopes means covers the earth from all sides is known as the atmosphere. Same way we also know about the hydrosphere, means the water bodies. Then we know about the lithosphere, that is the land and all the landforms. And then we also know that there is a fourth sphere called the biosphere, which includes the plants, animals and microorganisms. If we talk of the atmosphere, so we know that the atmosphere is getting polluted due to human activities. So now you'll ask, so what does pollution mean? We've seen it before. Pollution means addition of any unwanted things to the atmosphere is called pollution. Unwanted or harmful substances, when they are added to the atmosphere or to the environment, then it is said to be pollution. And mainly due to human activities like industries, factories, power stations, vehicles, even our household consumption, activities, etc. We pollute the environment. The environment gets polluted because of all these activities, and all these activities are human activities. Animals do not pollute the environment. We are the only animal which pollutes the environment. So these changes, the changes that occur in the temperature, direction of wind, moisture, etc., due to global warming are known as environmental changes. Due to pollution, see, pollution causes global warming, and that is leading to changes in the environment. And these changes are not good changes, they are bad changes, harmful changes. Right? This is what we are going to learn about in this chapter. Okay, how do these pollutants contribute towards global warming, and how does that result in the changes in our environment? Okay, now look at this table. See, we see places that experience extreme rain, extreme heat, extreme cold. In other words, extreme climate conditions, right? Russia, the heat would be 15 degrees Celsius, but cold, very cold, -20, and rain would be 100 semi. Why like that? So we can say Russia is in the northern hemisphere, right? It is in the upper part. It's in the torrid. It is in the frigid zone mainly. The temperate and frigid zone country is there, so it is cold. Iran, on the other hand, would be 30 degree at heat, but cool would be 10 degree and rainfall would be less. Why? Because it's in the desert area, somewhat a partial desert area. Brazil, you see, temperature in 38, 25, yani not very cold, warm, but rainfall, look at the rainfall, 250 degrees Celsius. Why? Because it's on the equator. Right? It's on the equator, so it will face a lot, it will get a lot of rainfall. The Amazon forest is in Brazil. Norway, again like Russia, you see 10 degrees Celsius but -40, very very cold. Why? Because it's in the north zone. It's in the north zone, or it is in the frigid zone. Philippines, 35 degree, 30 degree, we see just like Brazil, and 300 semi rainfall. Why? Because again at the equator, plus it's an island group, so it will have a lot of rainfall and temperature. Saudi Arabia, see 45 degrees Celsius temperature, very hot, rainfall very less. Again, why? Because desert like conditions. So you see, different areas of the world will face different type of extreme conditions. So let us now define what weather means. Right? See, what is weather? The condition of temperature, rain, moisture, that is humidity, in any region at a particular point of time. Remember this, point of time is known as weather. So when we ask somebody कि आज माहौल कैसा है, आज आपका वातावरण कैसा है, तो वो weather की बात कर रहे. We are talking of the weather. We are talking of today, right? At that point of time, what is the condition of the temperature, rain and moisture? We don't tell the climate of Surat is hot today. That is wrong. Climate is a long-term condition, weather condition, right? But if I say the climate of Surat is pleasant today evening, that is wrong, right? I will have to say the weather of Surat is pleasant today, or the weather of Surat is very hot today, or it is very cold today, or it is humid today, or it is raining today. That's the weather when I talk of at particular point of time. But over a long period of time, 10 years, 20 years, a whole area of time, right, then I call it climate. So what would be the weather of this place? Now look at the two diagrams are given. Write your answer in your notebook after observing the given maps. Think of this. First condition you see, Ahmedabad 38-22, 31-24 Mumbai, 39-25 Hyderabad, Chennai 34-24, Delhi 32-19. What do you think the temperature? The temperature is hot, right? Sunny, right? Now, hot sunny day is there. So temperature or the weather is, what type of weather are we talking of? We are talking of a hot weather, right? We are talking of a summer day, right? This is an example of a summer day in India. But look at this temperature now. This thing. You see clouds up here. A lot of clouds here, right? So this temperature, this talks of a rainy day, but not over India. You see, rainy day in Northeast India. In Northeast India, and also Andaman Nicobar, Andaman Islands. You see that we have a rainy day up here. There's a rainy day in Andaman, in Northeast area, but the entire other part of India is a dry day, right? There's no rain up here. So this is a signal of a monsoon weather, right? Monsoon season or monsoon climate weather. So based on that, what is climate? The average condition of rain, temperature and moisture for over more than 35 years, that in any area is known as climate, right? In any area you can add the average condition of rain, temperature and moisture for over more than 35 years in any area is known as climate. So climate is a long-term, it's a long-term phenomenon, right? Look at this map. Look at this pic up here. Looking at this, what do you see? It's a dry area, trees are scattered, right? So this is a semi-arid area. The climate of this area is dry, no? The climate up here is dry climate, less rainfall, right? Less rainfall. It should be warm climate, right? You see the rainfall is less, so it will be warm and dry, not warm and humid. So this is a semi-desert, right? This is a semi-arid area, semi-dry area. But look at this now. Oh, what do you see up here? White. So this is a very cold, right, area. Right? There's ice up here. So the climate is cold climate, right? Cold climate. It is a, we can say it's a frigid area. Frigid area, very, very cold, right? It is snowing. So okay, now if you see what is written at the bottom, figure 7.2, shows scenes of greenhouse effect. This is something very, very important to understand, right? So we just talked of the climate, right, of the region. But look at this. This area may have once been a forest area. There must have been a lot of vegetation, good rainfall. But now this area has become a dry area. Right? This is one of the effects of global warming. The climate has changed. Similarly, this must have been a very cold area with lot of glaciers. Now look at this glacier. The glacier up here seems to be melting. My goodness, look at this thing. The glacier is melting. Water is falling down. See, this water is falling down. The glacier is melting. And the melting of the glacier shows increasing temperature in this area. The temperature is rising in this very cold area, and the glaciers are melting. Again, very, very, very harmful for us. So we'll have to understand first what greenhouse effect is. Before that, let us see what greenhouse farming means. Okay. So countries with a greenhouse farming, we are going to see countries with a cold climate receive less heat from the sun. Right, so their cold climate will have less heat from the sun. This hampers means affects adversely, or stops. Right, stops the growth of plants and vegetables, because plants and vegetables require sunlight. Hence, arrangements are made to accumulate, means collect. Right, collect adequate heat from the sun. The roof is made of either, see the roof of this, you can see this diagram. The roof is made of either glass or cloth to allow the sun rays to penetrate and sustain the heat inside the building. And this practice is known as greenhouse farming. Greenhouse farming. So you can see the sunlight can enter into this building and plants can be grown up here. I'll show you another diagram to make it better, more clear. See guys, look at these images. You can see that this is a building, an entire building with its a whole shed of glass or plastic is made. That it is closed and plants are grown inside. This is a greenhouse. It looks like this from outside. See this diagram, or you can see this diagram. Right, the entire dome is made, a whole shed is made. It's a closed mix system, and sunlight can enter. See, sunlight can enter the greenhouse, and it will trap the heat. The heat is trapped inside because glass acts like an insulator. So sunlight which is coming inside, the heat which is reflected cannot go out, and the inside the heat inside is increased, and it is good for growing crops. That big greenhouses we can make like this. You can see a lot of modern farming. This is a very basic greenhouse. Right? Like see, this is the entire row of greenhouses in this diagram. You can see, and lot of plants can be grown in a very controlled manner. See, this is another nice greenhouse. A small greenhouse is there where plants can be grown in a nice manner. That is greenhouse farming. So the question that comes now is that why are the doors and windows made of glass in countries that have cold climate? Same thing, no? If they are made of glass, sunlight can enter and heat can enter the house, and the heat is trapped inside the house, and it will help in warming up the house. While in hot countries, glass doors would be very bad, because as such the house would become very hot. So in cold countries they use glass, and they also use lot of wood, because both act like insulators. They allow the heat to come, they allow the heat to stay inside only. They won't allow the heat to move out of the house. While in hot countries we use marble or tiles that in our flooring, because it will lose the heat faster. Now look at this pics. You can see dry land, that the whole land is dried up, This is a completely cracked up. Means this crack shows that there was water once upon a time, and now there's no. All the water is lost. The land has dried up. This has completely died up. The land is dead up here. The plants have died. The whole land has become a desert. This is a swampy area. You see, the entire swamp has collected because of excess rainfall. Glaciers are there and they are melting. You see the melting glaciers up here. Water is collecting up here. You can see, right? Then rainforests are growing due to excess rainfall. Flood situation is coming. So all these are cases of changing climate. When the climate changes, all this uthal patal, right, comes. All this up and downs in the entire environment occurs, and this results in global warming. Let us talk of global warming in the next video. Right? Meet you then. Bye, friends.